What's up, folks? So, back in the days, up until now, one thing that used to actually bother me a lot, and it doesn't bother me as much now, because I've come to understand myself a lot better. One of the things that used to bother me a lot was fake people. I hated being around fake people, and I used to, I really, really despise fake people, and I was good at discovering fake people. And as I get older and I've come to understand myself a lot better, and I realize probably one of the main reason why I hated fake people is because I was very fake myself. Like, I was probably the fakest person in the room all the time, every time. And at the time, I didn't think that I was actually being fake. I just thought I was just being myself. That's what I thought. I thought I was being myself. But now that I do understand the person that I am, I wasn't being myself. Most, if not 90% of the time, I was being fake. I was being fake by conforming to the status quo. I was being fake by conforming to what my friends do, to what they like. I was pandering to every group of people that I came in contact with, which is one of the reasons why I never really had have anybody that I can call best friend. With the exceptions of a couple of guys that stick around, and they've proved to me that I didn't have to pander to them, and I didn't have to conform to who they are. They accepted me. But the rest of the people, the rest of the guys, I clearly came around and quickly understood that if I didn't pander to them, if I didn't pretend to be something that I'm not, I wasn't going to be accepted. And growing up, that's like one of the things we struggle with most, especially if you're a young guy who grew up in Brooklyn and you didn't grow up with your father. At least the first 14 years of my life, I didn't grow up with my father. So there's a lot of things I missed out of how a man should be and conduct himself. I just learned these things through people or whatever. Is that I realized I was very, very fake, and not more so being fake to people, but I was fake to myself. I was very, very unauthentic to myself while pandering to everyone else around me. Now, everyone that I came in contact with, every relationship that I formed and harnessed, I wasn't fake in that relationship. I pandered to you with all my heart, or whatever it was. I did it to the fullest. So I wasn't being fake to you. I was being the fakest person to myself, because I would not allow who I am to come into the surface, because I thought it just wouldn't be accepted. That's just what I really thought. I thought if I allowed the person that I am, truly my being, to rose to the surface, it would not be accepted. And you could say I'm a mind reader. You could say I'm a psychic, I guess. But I guess it's something that I knew intuitively that if I allow the person that I am to rose to the surface, this person in front of me is really driving like a dickhead. If I allow the person that I am to rose to the surface, I would not have any friends. How do I know that, you probably ask? Well, I don't have any friends right now. And I don't have much friends, and when people come, they don't stick around for long. And that is simply because I have become so true to myself that I don't care who comes into my life and stay. I don't care who comes to my life, let alone those who come and actually stay. It does not matter to me whatsoever. So there was a time when we were sitting somewhere and this girl said something. I said, typically when I go somewhere, I'm typically very quiet and reserved, just to kind of understand and get a feel of what the place is, where the room, who's there, so I can, before I can actually unleash. Side story: people would see me around my peers, around my brothers when I was very younger, very much younger. They would see me around my brothers, and I would be very jolly and very, very talkative, kind of like your ideal extrovert. And then they would come to my house, and they would ask my dad, "Where is where's the one that's always so jolly, and where's the one that's..." Oh, in fact, it's the other way around. People would actually see me very quiet and very reserved, and they would actually think this is who I am, very quiet and reserved. And then they would come to the house, they would then realize I'm not that person, and they would ask my dad, "Where is the quiet and reserved one?" And my dad would always tell them, "This is him. This is him. He's not exactly as quiet and reserved as you think. Maybe when he's around people he doesn't know, he remain quiet and reserved. But when he around his peers, his brothers, people he knows, this guy is your ultimate jokester. Very, very. He's the life of the party, and people kind of know me to bring about that energy. Like, they know me to bring about the jokester energy, the life of the party, and to just make sure everyone is having a good time." But that's like something that I grew up having, this thing being very important to me, is to pander to everyone, is to keep a harmonious relationship, a very balanced relationship among everyone when I'm around. That's just my true personality. That's who I am. But at the end of the day, a lot of time I do it at my own expense, because it takes a lot of energy for me to actually interact with people, especially people I don't know, especially if it's large crowd or whatnot. It takes a lot of tremendous amount of energy. By the time I'm done, I'm useless to myself. So to people who actually thought or think or have said that I was fake, I don't think I can justify that I was fake. I was being fake 90% of the time, most of the time. But it was to my defense. And now that I come to understand myself a lot better, it was more of a defense mechanism. Because God knows, if I ended up friendsless in my early years, it would have done a lot of mental damage to me, because I wasn't that mentally strong and I didn't know who I was. I had to, hang out with this group of people, and I'm trying to learn from each and every one of them to find out which one of their behavior, of their character, do I want to actually embody, until it becomes so natural that maybe that's who I am too. And I think that's part of the reason why I know a lot of people, but very, very few people actually know me. That include family members. Very, very few people, very few family members actually know the true me, the true me. Most people would think I'm the life of the party. I'm like ideal extrovert, and I'm like almost like the total opposite of what most people think they know about me. And I know there are people who knew me from my past till now, who are always looking at me and saying, where did they go wrong? Like, this is not the person they knew. Granted, people grow, and we men especially grow into character as they get older. So not only that I've grown into character, but I have come to term and peace with the person that I am, even though I know it is not the type of person that most people are fond of. Most people are not really fond of me because I'm literally not the person you're going to be fond of. Because I don't take shit from people. I don't sugarcoat shit. And I'm not the one you come and tell me your sob story and I'm going to sit there with, I'm going to tell you, get on with it. Yeah, it's a sad story, but you're not the only one with that sad story. So I'm the person you come to if you want honest opinion. I'm not the person you come to if you want me to console you and lie to you like most people do. That's what I did most of my life, is to lie to people just to keep them from feeling how they should be feeling, so they can target or rectify whatever situation, or face this whatever situation it is that they are dealing with. And I feel that to all the people that came to me for some form of comfort, I failed you, because I pacified your behavior. I coincide your behavior, your either victimhood behavior, instead of helping you, instead of telling you that you need to get on with yourself and do something about it, not just complain. So now, I've come to know myself. I don't want to be too redundant, so I'm just going to end this video right now. So cheers.